Welcome to this adult yoga class. Let's find a comfortable seat and we'll get started.
This should look like.
Wriggle the buttocks, flesh away. Stretch up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders. And let your hands rest on your knees. Palms up if you want more energy. Palms down if you want to be more grounded. Just take a moment to check out what's happening in the environment, the room around you. Check in with your body and notice how your body feels. Check in with your mind and see how your mind is doing this morning. Notice what feelings are showing up for you. And slipping into that ocean of silence. Allow an intention to form for today's practice. And sitting up nice and tall, let the chin come down. And draw a little U shape on your chest. Feel the weight of your head, the stretch in the back of your neck. Notice the different muscles as you move from side to side. Come back to center and inhale up. And lift the chin and stretch up, keeping a nice arc in the back of your neck. Don't let your head go all the way back, but feel lifted from the front and the back. And let's draw a little rainbow with our nose, coming up and over. You might feel a little creaking back there. Working out the arthritis barnacles. Moving nice and slow. Back to center and inhale tall. Bring the shoulders up and tilt the head back and give yourself a squeeze. And while we're here, we'll open and close the jaw. And move the jaw from side to side. Back to center, gently lift the head and release the shoulders down. Feel the spaciousness. And let's bring the ear over to one shoulder. And then notice which way your head is pointing. Bring the arm up and over to touch the top ear. Deep breaths as you soften into the stretch. We're not pulling the head over, simply allowing the weight of the hand to encourage the stretch. Deep breaths, relaxing the tension away with your breath. Inhale back up. Notice the spaciousness in your neck. And let your ear reach towards the opposite shoulder. Notice which way your head is pointing. That arm comes up and over to touch the top ear. Deep breath, softening into the stretch. And come on back up. Sitting up nice and tall, chin parallel to the floor. Let's rotate the head around and look over your shoulder. Let your eyes look behind you as far as you can go. And then blink your eyes when you come back and look over your shoulder the other way. And blink your eyes coming back to center. And rotate. And back to center. One more time. Stretching around with your neck and your eyes. Looking over your shoulder and working on your peripheral vision at the same time. Back, center, and over the other way. And center. Take a breath and let the body relax, noticing how your neck feels now. Let's look over the shoulder again. And this time we're going to bow the chin towards the armpit and breathe into that stretch. Inhale up. Look over the other shoulder and bring the chin down towards the armpit. Inhale back up. And let's do a second set. Bring the chin down, feeling all the muscles involved. Inhale up, rotate the head the other way, and then touch your chin. Inhale up and back to center and notice how you feel. Let's just shake out our legs and then maybe cross them the other way. just so they know that we haven't forgotten them. Sitting up tall, relaxing the shoulders down. Gonna bring the ear over to the shoulder. Gonna roll that chin down the way we did before. And then we're gonna lift the chin and roll the head back over the back of the shoulder. Breathe into the back. Back to neutral side stretch. Come on up. Bring the ear to the shoulder. Let's roll the chin down. And then roll the chin up, rolling the ear towards the back of the shoulder. Breathing into the stretch here. Back to neutral and come back up. Take a breath, relax. One more time. Bring the ear to the shoulder. Roll the chin down. Roll the chin up. Back to neutral, inhale to center. And other side, ear to shoulder. Roll the chin towards the armpit. Roll the chin towards the ceiling, bringing the back of the head towards the back of the shoulder. Soft gaze, relax your eyes. Breathe into the stretch. Back to neutral and come on back up. Take a breath and let the energy settle. And we'll bring one shoulder up and squeeze the ear and the shoulder together. The other shoulder is relaxed. Inhale up, ear to shoulder, shoulder squeezes up. Inhale up, shoulder comes down. First side, shoulder up, squeezing ear to shoulder. Deep breaths. Exhaling tension away. Inhale up, relax that shoulder down. And ear to shoulder, squeeze. Inhale up and down. Take a breath. Notice how you feel. Let's interlace the hands behind the head. Press the elbows back. Lift the chin. Deep breaths into the front of the body. And then bring the elbows together and feel like you're lengthening your whole spine as you bring your chin down. So it's not a forward fold. We're not getting into the lower back yet. We're supporting the upper body by drawing the belly in and just bringing the chin to the chest and rounding the shoulders. And then inhaling, bringing the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and broadening the collarbones. Inhale up, bring the elbows in, tucking the chin, but feeling a lift through the front of the body. So you're not lifting the chest to the chin, you're lifting the whole body up. And one more stretch back. Feel the deepening of your breath, the joy of this open pose, and then come to vertical and drop your hands to your shoulders. Let's do some easy elbows up and elbows down, feeling your shoulder blades sliding up and down your back, keeping that nice lift in the lower belly to support your practice. And you can bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth, just behind the horizontal ridge, just before the vertical ridge that runs from the front to the back. And that will bring some energy into your pituitary, hypothalamus, thalamus, your master glands, connecting your governing meridian and central meridian. So connecting up your energy channels. This would be a nice, fun thing to add to our practice, making it more focused, more powerful. And let's bring those elbows in and try to kiss them, and then bring them back and see if we can get them to touch and back. I don't think so, but they're going to reach towards each other and broaden the chest. You'll feel that contraction in your back. And circle. Let's circle back in the other direction. And down. And again, just to let our body know we haven't forgotten it, we'll do a little circling here. And what I'm doing this time, instead of circling with the head staying stable, I'm letting the head go in the opposite direction of my shoulders. So if the head's getting a little more of a stretch here. Shoulders go one way, head goes the other. And we'll go the other way. So we're rounding the spine now. So it's not that straight circling that we're used to. It's more like the cat stretch that we do usually on our hands and knees. And the whole body now involved, the whole torso. Giving ourselves a nice little warm up here. nice sensuousness and getting the rest of the torso involved because it's been nice to us holding our head up for so long. Come back to stillness, notice how you feel. And again, let's give those legs a little shake because they might have gotten a little falling asleep from sitting so still so long. Let's go right into a forward fold, Janu Shirshasana, bringing the left knee out to the side and stretching over the leg and letting the head go. And if you would like, you can bring your hands to the back of your head and let the weight of your hands give your head an even more deep stretch. And if that's too intense, just keep your hands on your leg. Or maybe one hand on your head. Inhale back up, bring that knee up, stretch out, bring the other leg in. Inhale tall, exhale lead with your chest coming over the leg. Bringing the chin in, and if you like, both hands on your head. No hands on your head, or maybe just one hand. Let's inhale back up. Stretch the legs out and then another little shake out. And sitting up nice and tall. Let's give a little windshield wiper to our legs. And squeeze and spread the toes. And point and flex the ankles. And circle. And circle the other way. I'm going to go back to Janu Shirshasana, bringing the knee in. I'm going to turn sideways. Okay. So as you can see. So, then inhale tall and exhale over. But then we're going to take, if we've got the left leg straight, we're going to take the left hand underneath and grab our knee and spin our body into a side stretch. And maybe you're up here, maybe the hand is on your hip here, but you're using this hand to pull you around. Arm can be over. Find the way that your body works, pressing out through the ball of the big toe here, spinning your ribcage towards the sky, and the top arm is doing whatever the top arm wants to do. You find a way that makes it work for you. Nice deep breaths as you open your side body. You can let the head relax a little bit, but don't let it drip too much. We don't want to put too much pressure on the neck here. Feel the breath deepen as you surrender over the leg. inhale up to bring the hand to the floor, lift the bottom foot over, and we'll inhale up into a side stretch this way, pressing into the whole sole of the foot as you reach. If it works for you, turning the rib cage and the head towards the ceiling. Bringing the upper arm back as far as you can get it, rather than rolling forward, rolling it back. And swing yourself back around. Back into Dandasana. Inhale tall and exhale, surrender over. And again, if you like, you can bring your hands to your head. If that's too intense, just one hand. Two hands is pretty intense, I think. Probably feel an intense stretch in the back of your legs. You can lift your knees a little bit. Inhale up. Do the other side. Coming into Janu Sirsasana. Reaching over the leg. Then taking if your right leg is out, you're taking your right hand, so it's the opposite hand to come through and grab your knee. And then the other hand reaches up or over, whatever your body would like. And you're using the bottom hand to pull your bottom shoulder forward and your upper hand to help you roll your rib cage towards the sky, giving yourself a lovely side stretch. And again, if it works for your neck, you can turn and look up. Rest your tongue in that spot at the roof of your mouth, connecting your energy center, meridians, front and back, governing and central. And inhale. Bring your hands to the floor behind you. Flip your foot over so you're stepping on that foot. Inhale, reach up and over, big stretch. Use the foot on the floor today rather than a balancing pose, unless you want to do the balancing version. But if your foot's on the floor, really press into it to create a long line of energy from your foot to your fingertips. And again, rolling your rib cage towards the ceiling, bringing your upper arm back as far as it will go, and rotating your head towards the sky. Feel like a sail in the wind, a little bit of an arc in the back, even if that feels good to you. Tiny, not huge. It's not like a cobra. And let's come on back down. Come back into Dandasana. Inhale tall and exhale, surrender over. If you like, adding two hands or one hand. Try to use the opposite if you only used one hand on the first side.
And if this is very intense in the back of your legs, you can lift your kneecaps a little. And roll back up. Take a moment in Dandasana. Notice how you feel. Bring your hands behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, lift the heart, lift the chin, stretch up. Inhale back up, and we're going to come over into child. Just give ourselves a few breaths here with a nice big stretch. We'll come into puppy dog. You're going to lift your hips and slide forward, bringing your chin and chest to the floor. Elbows are lifted and you're pressing into your palms. Draw your belly back on an exhale and lift your tailbone. And walk yourself back into child. You can bring your hands behind you. Roll your forehead on the floor. And let's do a second set. Reach your arms out. Lift your hips until they're right over your knees. Bring chin and chest to the floor. Feel the heart reaching to the floor and your back flattening, your upper back flattening. Elbows lifted. Strong line of energy from hands to hip creases. Belly lifted. Deep breaths. And walk yourself back into egg. And roll your forehead gently on the floor. Send your right arm out in front of you. Bring your left arm in front of you. The elbow bent, palm down, and slide. No, palm up. Sorry, and slide through. You know, I really prefer this pose with a block under the head. I don't like the head dipping towards the floor like that. But anyway. Again, press into the hand and lengthen the side body. Come back to center and we'll change sides. Bring the right arm in, palm up, and slide through. Press into the left hand. Reach with the right. Inhale back. And come back into egg pose. Let's come forward onto our forearms with our knees on the floor. Draw the belly in, draw the chin in slightly, turn the toes over. And if it works for you, inhale, lift those knees. Feel the arms energetically pulling towards each other, the tailbone pointing down towards your heel, the pelvic floor and the lower abdominals lifted. Again, you can do this with your knees on the floor if this isn't working for you. And let's bring one knee down and then the other, and walk back into child or egg. Let's come up into table this time with our arms in front of our shoulders, not underneath. We'll do a little downward facing dog vinyasa here. Take a nice deep breath, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the head, and inhale the knees up as high as our heels. And inhale straight into downward facing dog. Exhale, coming down halfway, and then coming back into child. Actually, the hands should be right where they need to be. If you reach them far forward, don't have to go anywhere. Inhale, turn the toes over, coming into a dog tilt. Inhale, lift the knees and hover. Again, if it doesn't work for you to lift the knees, you can skip that step. Press back into downward facing dog, let the head hang. Maybe do a little side to side here. Do a little yes and no. Come back to hover. And again, if down dog doesn't work for you, just do table the whole time. And come back down into child. Do one more set. Inhale up. Coming into dog tilt. Do a cat and dog if this isn't working for you, if this is too much. Do a cat and dog instead. Lift back into downward facing dog. Do a little head movements in whatever direction feels good to your head. Letting it move without the weight of the head being held up. Now the head's just dangling and it can move freely, so just have fun with this. And come on back down and back into child or egg. Let's inhale up into table. We may not get to any standing poses today. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to come into sunbird. Going to send the right leg out and back and lift it up. And bringing the nose and the knee together. And then inhaling up. And if you want a little more challenge, you can bring your opposite arm up and bring elbow and knee together. And inhale, stretch out. And you can hold here. If this doesn't work, hold with the toes on the floor or the leg lifted up. Big stretch. And bring that leg down and in. Do a little tail waggle. Come back to center. We'll do the other side. Send the opposite leg out, lifting it up. Bringing nose and the knee towards each other. Inhaling, lift. If you want more challenge, the opposite arm comes up. Elbow and knee together. Inhale, lift. And then we'll take a holding here. Again, you can have your toe on the floor or arm in the and leg in the air. Or you can have your hand on the floor and leg in the air. Find the variation that your body likes best. The spine is long here. The head is in line with the spine, looking down at the floor next to your thumb. And come on back down and back into child one more time. A little head roll. Rolling the forehead on the floor. I think we have time for one standing pose. Let's turn the toes over and come into a forward fold. Again, letting the head hang. Head is tractioning due to gravity. Just move it in any way that you like. Stretching out your neck. If you want a little more intensity, interlace your hands and bring the hands to the back of your head. Let your thumbs rest in the behind your ears. Do a little movement here of the shoulders and spine. Stretching out the head and the neck. Knees can be nice and bent. You can rest your chest on your legs, makes it a lot easier. And then we'll bring our hands to our thighs and roll up. Going into Tadasana, feeling nice and tall. And step our feet a little bit wider. We're going to bend the knees and bring our hands to our thighs. We're going to put a movement called the wave. I think that's what it's called. We're going to inhale, tuck the chin and roll up. And reach forward with the head and the chest. Curling up. Stretching over. Tucking the chin and rounding up. And let's take it all the way up this time and then exhale over. Tuck the chin, round up. Inhale, tall, shoulders back, stretch up. Exhale over, let the head go. Rounding up one vertebra at a time. Straightening the legs, shoulders down, heart lifts, stretch up. Bend the knees slightly, lead with the chest, let the head relax. Tuck the chin, roll up. Inhale, tall, stretch up. Exhale, over. Let the head go. Isn't this fun? Rounding up. Stretching up. Leading with the heart. Relaxing the head and the neck. Imagine you're pushing your back into something. Stretch that back as you inhale, roll up. Coming back to Tadasana and noticing how you feel. And let's do a little monkey stretch, reaching one elbow towards the sky and sliding the hand down the leg. And reaching over the other leg. And when you've done both sides equally, come back to stillness and notice how you feel. Last standing pose, we're going to step our feet out a little wider. I'm going to swing, coming into a spinal twist. Lift your back heel. Look over your shoulder. Let your hands gently thump against your body, waking up your kidneys and adrenals. If you like, one hand can come and thump against your upper chest, waking up your immune system, helping with your breathing. And then, of course, a little hallelujah, stretching up as tall as you can. Deep breaths, opening up. And slowly winding down. Coming back to Tadasana. And let's melt down onto our backs on our mats. And bring the knees in, give yourself a hug. Place the feet flat on the floor for Setsu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Hands by your sides. Take a nice deep breath and begin to press into your heels. Peel your hips up off the floor, one vertebra at a time. The neck is long. If you come all the way up to the shoulders, you can wriggle your shoulders underneath you and come into Yoga Mudra. Nice deep breath. Feel the thighs energetically pulling towards each other. Feel the back of the thighs pulling into the torso to help you lift your hips even higher. Feel the spine pressing into your torso to lift your chest. The neck is nice and free here. The throat is open. Lovely deep breaths into the belly and out. And release that shoulders, roll down, starting with the upper back, mid back, lower back. Surrender. Give yourself one more hug. Bring the knees to right angles, bring the arms to goddess position and lower the knees down to one side. Turn your head away from your knees. Bring the head to center, bring the legs to center, give yourself a squeeze. Press the knees away at right angles, arms at right angles, lower the knees down the opposite direction, head away from the knees. Take some slow, deep breaths as you surrender into the earth. And inhale back to center, one more squeeze. And come into Shavasana. Grabbing any blankets or pillows or anything else you might need. You can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring some movement into your body. And when you're ready, bring your feet flat on the floor, roll to one side, make a pillow with your arms. Make your way to a seated position.
Namaste.